Did you know there was a time in Jesus' life when he hung out with wild animals in the wilderness?
Wait a minute. Is that really true? I don't remember that in Sunday school. Did Jesus really do that?
Yeah, actually, he did. Mark 1:13 tells us that Jesus was in the wilderness 40 days being tempted by Satan, and he was with the wild animals.
Was Jesus like a zookeeper or something?
Not hardly.
So why did he hang out with them?
That's a very good question. Why did Jesus hang out with wild animals in the wilderness? To answer that question, we must first ask another question. Does the Bible tell any other stories about someone hanging out with wild animals?
Didn't Adam and Eve live with wild animals in the garden?
Right you are. And just like Adam and Eve, Jesus successfully lived with untamed animals that surprisingly never ran away in fear or tried to eat him. But here's where it gets good. Jesus not only shares the advantage Adam and Eve had to live in harmony with wild animals, he also shares with them a familiar story about one animal in particular, the serpent. In the same way Adam and Eve were tempted by the serpent in the garden, Jesus was tempted by Satan in the wilderness, just like Mark 1:13 describes for us. But here's the thing. While Adam and Eve fell prey to Satan's scheme, Jesus did not. He put his foot in the ground, so to speak, because in Genesis 3:15, God promised his foot would crush Satan's head. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel.
Wow, I never knew that.
It's true. That fateful day, Jesus stood up to Satan like no one ever has. And it wouldn't be long before he would deal Satan his crushing blow with his death and resurrection. When Jesus died on the cross, he spelled the end of Satan's old regime, marked by sin and death. And when he rose from the dead, he charted a new course with the hope of eternal life. But it all started with a simple gesture, to spend time alone with some animals. Jesus purposely went to live among them, so he could paint us a memorable picture of the Garden of Eden. By managing to hang out with them, he proved he's the way back to paradise and beyond. And by overcoming Satan's temptation, he showed just how he's going to do it.
Does that mean I can hang out with wild animals someday?
Of course, because of Jesus, all of creation will one day live together in harmony once more.